So, Corey Lane.
Vince Riley.
Hunter, can you hear us?
There you are.
Oh, okay, all right, let's make sure you're there. Okay, we'll, let everybody read the minutes, bunch of them, we'll circle back to that to approve them. I guess we can go to you, Kimberly, and go into the action items, we'll do whichever one you want to start on.
Give me just a second to pull up the agenda.
Okay, no worries.
I'm out on the road today, so.
Oh,
And it should just be on the calendar, invite Kim.
Oh, was it? Okay, I just. Yeah. It didn't change from the nights, did it? The email you sent on the night?
No, the format was different, and it should not, the order should be changed at all.
Well, yeah, the only thing from the master plan project is just that, BLP, we had the meeting and presented to the council a couple weeks ago. I think that was in March 19th. And it's a meeting, and we are right now getting, the ALP, all the sheets put together and reviewed. They're actually in the review process right now. I'm about to submit that. Neil hopes we're gonna submit next week to FAA for their review and approval, and that could take a few months to get through it, so.
Did you say
So then I'm on the master plan.
say AOP sheets? Is that the correct acronym?
Or layout plan.
Thank you.
Lima, Lima.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah. Any questions on that?
Okay, any questions? I don't think we have any questions, Kimberly.
Minutes preservation project is still scheduled to start next Monday. We had a pre-construction meeting last Thursday with Kirby there for that, and online with the contractor. They'll be starting around 7 a.m. Monday with crack sealing, and then they'll go through and do the paint removal and the seal coating and the repainting. So it should be done by Friday evening at some point. Hopefully it'll go smoothly up there. Nick Bailey is the resident project representative, the inspector that will be out there for us. He was also the one that was out there for the taxiway and runway project. So he's very familiar with the pavements. He watched it go. Yeah. Any questions on that?
I don't think so.
Comments back from FAA finally on the final report that I have to do to summarize how we spent all the money and what we did. So I'll be wrapping that up next week and submitting that, and then I'll work with Rhonda to get the final pay, final reimbursements and everything submitted. So that's just that's all I really have about it. We're working to get the final 10% out of the grant and get it all closed out. The fencing project, we are right now scoping that, scope together, and looking to schedule a pre-design meeting with FAA and UDOT next week, hopefully. Excuse me. Colton here, any of the board members, you guys are welcome to sit in on that. We're just going to be talking about the scope and everything. It's pretty dry. And then the other thing I want to do is get out there hopefully next week and drive the fence line with you, Clyde, or Kirby to kind of decide, what areas do we need to what can say. We're going to probably replace most of the fencing except some of the chain link that others have put up. Where we want to put the gate, things like that. So that's kind of where we are there. So probably by next month, well, we have to be quarterly though. I think we'll have a scope and fee together, and wanting to get the contract and the get surveyors and all that stuff go ahead and hit the design point. The construction, we're not gonna bid this until next year, next winter, January, February. So the construction won't be until next summer. And there's on that one. It's gonna be two different grants. We have a design grant this year and then a construction grant next year. And that those both are FAA funded, so it's 90.63% FAA and then split the rest with the state. Questions?
You guys any questions? Okay, well, I guess we'll see you next week if you come out.
Next week, I'm hoping because I'm gonna look at some of the work coming on this week too. So, AIP 18 and 19. We need to get those more sunshine, you and Kirby and Rhonda getting invoices together that would qualify for this. I'm figure straight. No. Oh, it's just, I don't have the full packet. Like the kind of charges or invoices that can be requested.
I'm sure you did. Let's see here. No, there weren't actually any attachments with your, the, two grants, the AI.
I didn't. Oh, okay. So when I in the form that I filled out.
Oh. Let me look at that.
Yeah.
You probably did. I pulled stuff from the memo. Look.
Yeah, the memo. That's it.
Okay. It just says AIP 18 requested in June, hangar door partial. Yeah, it's the same stuff I put on here actually from the memo.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yes, it's like the description on the grant is that you can claim can't be like capital improvement type things or construction. It has to be efforts to combat the spread of pathogens. So, what I'm thinking for you is I think you guys have a cleaning service for the FBO. So those invoices all the way back through 2021. And then if you have like a bug or pest control type thing, just stuff like that we can claim is combating the spread of pathogens. Those are things we can get back on. But yeah, they're starting to take the money away from airports that have not made any requests. And we haven't made any requests on the 19
Okay.
which is the one.
And it can go back to 2021.
You guys lose your money.
And those invoices can go back to 2021?
Yeah,
Anytime that year?
one, I think it's January 21st, 2021.
Okay.
So it can't be before that.
That prevents the spread of pathogens.
Make it certain way.
It might be 2020 actually. I'm going to need a letter sent to Ron and Kirby a few times, so I'll find that report.
Okay. If you probably CC'd me on that as well, and I probably just don't remember what it said. So I'll let you know if we need that information again.
Okay, cool. And I think that's all for me. That's you guys, right? Because
It is. Do you have any notes on the AIP 19? Because that's the American Rescue Plan Act grant instead of coronavirus.
numbers associated with it. It's the same rules apply.
So same types of invoicing, bug and pest control,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah, we got a little bit requested, half of it requested on 18, but then 19 I think was like 22,000 or something. I think there's only like 4,000 or 5,000 left in 18. But this is like what we were talking about to help offset the cost of redoing the pilot lounge.
Yes.
Remodeling. So the remodeling probably won't qualify.
Right.
But maybe carpet cleaning, that would be one. I see carpet cleaning has gone through. Anyway, sorry, just for brainstorming here.
No, that's fine, and I
Spread
can,
about
we
it.
can reach out about more of that stuff, but I just wanted to be clear before we moved on, thank you.
Sure. That's all.
Okay, so I'm gonna just explain what Kirby told me about his life.
If you would have given me couch.
That's true.
Hey Kimberly,
Yeah,
what if, could we apply for like new furniture that was, easier to clean, like leather couches and furniture? Instead of what we have in there, which is, like a cloth type of,
I don't know, I think that's gonna be a little bit, more difficult. I do know, like, handless, touchless,
Pushing the envelope.
paper towels and stuff, furnitures are cool. I don't know.
okay, alright. Worth a shot.
It is worth a shot. I tried to get repairs on one airport, they had to repair their roof on their pilot lounge, and that got rejected. And it was in the winter when it's really cold, it's like, keeping these pilots from getting sick because of this wet, damp environment in the middle of winter. And they rejected it. They also rejected cleaning of the pilot lounge as well. So I'm a little worried about anything that's kind of like construction or, those kinds of things that, remodeling is probably not gonna fly.
Would they pay for anything that went into like a bathroom, like toilets, sinks, urinals?
If you have contactless, like, the automatic sinks where you just wave your hands, I think that would qualify.
But one thing, Kim, what's the deadline for this? Cause one thing worth noting, right, is that these are all invoicing that we're need to get turned in ASAP for stuff that's already happened, correct? Not upcoming expenditures?
I mean, it's better, pass. I look for past stuff and see where we are, and then, if we need to have the ability to spend more, then we can start. It's so many new things.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I guess we'll go on to the next agenda. This is Kirby's, but maybe Sunshine you can help me out with this a little bit. So it's the overnight hangar rent for people that are transient coming through. Kirby says that we have to, well, the city council says it has to be on a billing schedule.
So any fee that we're gonna charge, with very few exceptions, has to be on our consolidated fee schedule.
Okay.
So if there's money that you guys want to bring in for a new service at the airport, then that has to be listed and that way it's public and it's a flat rate, we know it's gonna apply to everybody, and it's not just like, oh, my friend can pay $20, this person has to pay 50.
Okay,
Another thing that you may wanna consider if you're gonna give council a recommendation for a fee is how you are going to work that logistically with the lease agreements that are already in place for hangar spaces within the city hangar.
yeah, it sounds like a can of worms. It's, I mean, I didn't know it was that, complicated, but
Getting something on the fee schedule is several steps, but it's really straightforward. I would say you just want to be clear on how you're going to administer that. If you're going to start allowing people to,
if they wanna rent overnight.
yeah, that's another layer of things to administer, and you need to make sure that it's not going to conflict with the lease agreements that are already in place for
Mhm.
the people that rent spaces.
That's just one figure. You just said $100 a night for transient pilots.
Right, but that's what Kirby was asking Kirby, and he said, but we have to be billing that out constantly. Not, oh, we got one this month, that's it, not, every month, because we don't know when they come in, we don't know if they go for 5 days or 1 day.
So, am I understanding this correctly, that Kirby told you that it needs to be a bill, like it needs to go out in a bill, because that's not the case.
That's not, okay, that's
You guys have to take payments down at the airport, so that does complicate things.
okay,
There would have to be a way where somebody could either, I don't know if they would do it last minute or ahead of time, to alert somebody at the airport that they need a space,
okay,
then to come down here and pay for the space. and then I guess move their airplane into the space to pay for.
That's a pain if you're a transient pilot.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, if
so-
they fly in, they say, hey, I wanna park overnight, I got business in town, and you have space in the hangar, they're not gonna wanna have to find a car, drive down here, pay for it,
Yeah,
and then go put their plane in the hangar.
I'm just,
Why is there no way to pay for it at the?
well,
Well,
we
we don't
don't-
have staff on there.
we don't have a staff or card there, but I don't know why. And, I mean, 'cause most of the time it'd be after hours, anybody's here to call, they give a card
Right.
or a phone.
Yeah, and they could pay over the phone. If you guys weren't concerned about there being any kind of liability agreement for them to sign, but again, there's that. If you're putting more airplanes, all of the people who are already in the hangar have already signed agreements that deal with liability issues. So if somebody else comes in there, you know, you wanna make sure that that's still protected.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, they've hangared my airplane in Provo or Salt Lake.
I might have to just go
Right,
like
I
that.
figure everyone's always have on site, right?
Well, yeah, but I never signed I just give them the keys and.
But
I
because-
fly out and-
Well, I'm
Because-
not saying you have to do a liability thing, I'm just saying you should consider that as the people who are administering the airport, you wanna make sure to take those things into consideration.
Build some T hangers and then they can.
Yeah, that's.
Can you add a service to the fuel pump? Do you know?
That's what I was thinking,
Like you swipe the card and instead of fuel or jet fuel, you select hangar and then you select number of nights.
Well, the problem is we're gonna have.
You still gotta have somebody there to open the hangar
Open the hangar and say you can
Put
put it
the plane.
here. and-
That's what pilots.
Yeah.
Where you punch in how many nights you want, they give you a one-time code that changes or terminates after X amount of nights.
A key fob would be nice. I talked to Kirby about getting a key fob. It's just someone still has to
be there.
be there even when. But like the reason this came up is because we had a helicopter come in for four nights for the tribe. And so he wouldn't be there because it was going to be kind of cold in the morning. So I said, yeah, you can. There's a spot right here we can put you in. But you know, every day though, I would be there when he would take it out and then put it back
Well, you
in.
wouldn't need a key fob, you just have to have like they get email, once they pay for their spot, they get email with a one-time code, that's good for so many days, or how many different days they pay for, they type that code in, as soon as the days are up, that code is no longer good. So whether they stay, then they have to send the with the code.
Right. That's no, that works great. It's just if we can get somebody there when they want, because most of the time people coming in are on the weekend. So say, well, I'm not gonna go down here at 8 o'clock at night to get somebody in because they just want to, or they came in bad weather. Which I've had that this year too, where people wanted to hang her up because they couldn't make it wherever they were going. So maybe what I'll do is I'll ask what Vernal does at Dynaland and see if there's.
The only thing about this whole self-serve, nobody there is, like Sunshine said, with the liability too.
True.
What if they pull their plane in or whatever and they damage somebody else's plane?
Yeah, that's a good point. So pretty much,
Well, I know we brought up bringing cameras in 1.9 before, and this might be a good opportunity for pushing that, but
Yep.
And that probably ought to happen anyways.
Yeah.
Regardless of this situation.
And
probably
we
ought to
have,
get a
we
camera.
have, we're using Verkada through the system here,
Bunch
and they do our cameras and they do our doors.
would be.
So somebody like Kirby could reach out to them and get a bid.
Kirby.
If you guys make a bullet list, we can remake a list of
Yeah, maybe
features
we're
that
trying
we
to
interested
just
in
buy
at
one.
the airport.
And you can do it, yeah,
we
you
can
don't have
ask
to worry
Kirby
about
when we
liability.
get
The issue
into
is
getting a bid.
damage
for all those
planes.
things.
Some of their
You
own.
don't want to run into the hangar.
Mhm.
Did you guys hear that?
Uh,
Make a list of all the features that you'd like, and Kirby can kind of run some numbers.
Okay, we'll do that with the camera.
You want cameras watching the entrance, right?
I would just say the inside of the hangar.
And the inside, yeah.
Okay.
If you get one that was
So
on
you see who comes in and out.
inside of the hangar, it wouldn't be bad to have one that was inside what do you call it, the lobby.
Uh-huh.
And it's always good to put one on outside watching the door. Because you get people who park right in front of the door, and then they go in and open the door, and then they hit their airplane with the door. But then, so because I've seen that a lot with other people that, so if you have just one outside, they can see someone, or someone runs in to and then if they hit and run, they.
So we're talking
Three
inside the pilot
cameras,
lounge,
probably.
a camera that shows the exterior of the hangar door, and a camera that shows
Yeah.
inside the hangar.
Yeah,
And then you're
And
wanting,
also, so you get one. Get a gauge, who's safe anyway.
I agree with that, yeah.
license plates on vehicles that are coming
Yeah,
Supposed to be
into,
getting a gate anyway.
Okay.
I think it'd be nice to have one pointing at the fuel. Sometimes people go out there and mess around with that, like that one time you guys couldn't get fuel and somebody messed with the valve.
Yeah, the valve was
It's like,
shut, or
why was they messing with the valves?
the crazy lady that was out there.
Yeah.
might as well ask for the moon. Okay, so we got the
Right.
cameras covered. Then you wanted some sort of time-bound number pad entry for the doors.
Yeah.
For the key fob.
That would be good.
That's to get into the lounge, it'll just automatic go.
To get into the hangar.
Probably be into the hangar and into the lounge.
I mean, yeah,
I don't know how they
both of
connect.
them. Good.
And that all somehow would need to be connected with some sort of system where they can submit their payment and then get a code to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, if we can trust people going into the hangar without any supervision. We just kind of downer of the whole
Of a
thing.
small airport.
Of a small airport. I mean, in the past, you could do it. It wasn't a big
So the way
thing,
Spanish Fork, and you could do this, but, so Spanish Fork does this for their cars. When you get to the FBO, there's a website thing. You scan the little QR code with your phone, takes you to a website, you fill out a form, you sign a disclaimer, which would
That's
cover
the liability waiver.
the liability waiver, and then what it does is it emails you, after you fill out the form, it emails you a code to get into the key box. And you punch the code, open the key, get the key, and then drive away with the car. Now they've got your driver's license number, and so just find out what program they use for that, because it's
better,
probably cheap.
What was
That's what
Spanish-
Spanish.
Actually, my airports, I can find out.
Yeah, Steve probably, or whoever's running,
Steve Wilson, I think, runs
Yeah.
the courtesy vehicles,
so
the
he could,
FBO.
he could tell us what app he uses, and you could do the same thing with the hangar. You go on, sign a liability waiver, enter a credit card, just so they have it on file, and then you can contact later, and go through the payment process or collect the money later.
Do we have hangars that are not leased inside the city hangar at this point?
Do we have any like hangars
Like
that
open
are?
space, well, so then I'm wondering if, are we gonna need, so are all the hangar spaces within the city hangar leased?
Yes.
So then how does that work if we are, like, if I was paying to lease a hangar and I was paying annually and then somebody was using my space when I wasn't in there, I would be a little bit irked.
So that's why usually when people do overnight, it's because they came in, they're trying to transition, so they spend the night, they get there early in the morning and they leave.
Yeah, nobody's usually gonna be.
But again, if there's if there's someone like an FBO that there's someone there all the time, then when they open up the hangar, then they need to pull it out or move it because other people want
Right.
to. That's usually how it works.
Hotel, you say longer than all that, you get 1.5% out of the bill.
You could.
So long as the people who have these agreements are okay
Request
with
a late check.
knowing that people are gonna be using their spot, and there might be time considerations, 'cause what if they come in at that time and there's somebody there?
Well, no, the transit would be in the middle.
They're right in the middle is usually where they put them, but like saying, let's say someone wants to take off at 4 o'clock in the morning because they're going, I don't know, somewhere far away, and there's a plane stuck right in the front, then they, or if life flight is in there or decides to come in, because that's another variable that we don't know when they're coming, when they're not, just compared to other people, so honestly, it looks like as of right now, until we actually have a full, someone staff there, I don't think we can really have an overnight person, it's just.
Well, my flight's only gonna be in there when none of those airplanes sitting in there can fly.
That's not true, because you can still fly at
If
20
you're not gonna
degrees
fly it,
and it's sunny outside. But then, I mean, it's just, that just depends. And then it also depends on the size of the aircraft, like if they bring a small one, or there's a guy that brings in a twin, and so he takes up twice as much room, so you'd say, well, it's twice as much, so that goes back to the fee schedule.
Which the fee schedule is honestly the easiest part, because you
Okay.
can determine how you want that. If you wanna mark out a space and say per space it is this much, and if you need 2 spaces, it's gonna be this much, or if you wanna do it based on the size of the aircraft, it's up to you. That's really the easiest part.
I got you. Well, what we'd have to do is see if we could get like the cameras and stuff and see how that actually works, maybe, and then go from there. But yeah, until someone I think's there, it's kind of it's a liability on whoever, Cars are easy because we can all park the car, but airplanes are all different. Anything else on the agenda?
We need to circle back in minutes.
Oh, yeah, okay, you guys all voted, didn't you? I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Minutes are approved.
Is there anything that you would like me to note for the next agenda?
Yeah, I mean, we can bring back, if Kirby's here, this airport, because maybe he had something, information on it that we don't know. or-
Yeah, you might have gone through some things already.
Yeah, he might actually call up, I forget the airport manager and Ronald, what his name is, he might see how they do it. You guys have anything you want to talk about in the future?
Also, it says for future discussion, lifeline lease agreement.
That was on, oh, yeah.
So that means today's the future. Is there something that needs to be talked about that I need to send out?
Well, Kirby, Kirby was telling me that Lifelight still does not want to sign the lease agreement that Roosevelt City has put forth.
Mhm.
Because of, Grant, the
I think it was the liability.
and so they didn't want to sign a lease agreement according to what Roosevelt City said, this is what everybody's doing or what we need. And so that was, and I don't know what Brandon said or what Lifelight has done, or if we came to an agreement, so technically there isn't a lease agreement with Lifelight right
Any revised agreement would need to go before city council,
Yeah.
so if you would like to tell them that, like, they can, they can initiate it, but
This is all new to me, so I'll talk to the guy who thinks we have a lease right now and find out.
the like,
Yeah.
yes, everything I'm told is that they returned revised documents saying we'll sign it if it looks like this,
Mhm.
but
now. I think Grant.
that was never really an option that was presented to them,
Okay.
is my understanding.
Is there anything else on the news that's going on?
Barbecue group.
Yeah, when would our next meeting be, Sunshine? Is it in June?
Give me a second, I don't remember things, I put them on my calendar.
Maybe that's something we could, it'd be nice to have a barbecue in like the end of May, June. Or flying in.
Must be in July. Yes, July 11th. Is our-
Lila. Hey,
Yeah.
I have a couple of things for,
Okay.
whatever that's good. Clyde,
Yes.
how are you?
Good.
Bailey, he's gonna be on Sunday afternoon sometime and start marking cracks out there, just so you're all aware of that. You see some guy out there with spray paint marking things, he's my guy. I told Kirby on Friday, it's Friday, we need to get the NODA file, cause you can only do it for 72 hours.
Yes, he said he was gonna do that.
So just a reminder on that, and then I contacted Spanish Work while you guys were chatting, and, he said, yeah, they have the form and the box and everything, and they asked him if you guys could get in touch with them. Do you want Christian's contact information to talk to him about their stuff?
I think
There, what they do, or
Yeah, that'd be great, and then,
I'll send that, over to, who do you want me to?
will you send it to me, Kim, and also include Kirby in that?
Yeah, give his phone number here, 'cause I think this is posted on.
Yep, it is.
And then, send a couple reminders, sunshine, emails about some stuff we need signed before Monday. For this, we need the contract signed for the contractor,
Okay.
by Josh, and then our MSA is out there, our master services agreement is out there for signature, as well as the task order, and then the grant also needs to be executed.
Okay, and those are all,
The grant doesn't need to
Josh is out.
need to be executed before Monday, but the contracts do.
Okay.
Because the contract is gonna be on site.
Okay, Josh is out of the office this week. Does it have to be before Monday, or can I get it first thing Monday morning?
The contract's the most important thing, because that's, yeah, we can try to get it.
Well, I'll reach out to him I'll reach out to him today and see if he can be here.
pretty much,
Yeah.
Okay,
and that's all we can take. Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
So that should be, there's two on the side, and then there's three on the other
That should
side.
be 1,500 a month, the city's getting.
This should be this. But actually, no, the three on the off, doesn't it? Okay, well, is there any more items that need to be run up that anybody has? Okay, well, I'll make a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Hey. Well, look at one of your half.
Kimberly.